What's going on? My name is Will Gaylord, and this is Let the Madness Begin. And it's been a long time. You know how Timbaland say it? It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. Now, we don't do music here, but still, we provide videos and, we do analysis on a bunch of issues. And we haven't done that for the past week. And all I can say is Philly kicked our butts, okay? We spent that past week, 2 weeks ago in Philly, came back, and I even got sunburned, okay? For the first time in my life, I actually got sunburned all on my head right here. It was peeling and stuff, okay? Never happened before. I've been out in the sun. I've been in South Carolina for over 20 years. It is hot down here, and I've never got sunburned. So for my less pigmented friends, I finally feel your pain. I finally feel it. It's no fun. But yeah, I came back home from Philly to an 18-month-old son who was sick, fever sky high. So, I had to stay up with him, a few nights. But he's better now. He's okay. Mike had to get back to work. Right now he's in Louisville on some business. So it's just me. And what I wanted to do here is just do something new and do kind of like a live type of video, even though this isn't actually live. But, this is in preparation for when we do go live, because we are going to do that coming up very shortly. Hopefully by the end of this month, August, we will be live. And we'll be doing a couple nights a week, a live show on YouTube Live. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the opportunity to get to take callers, hear some responses, from the issues going around in the country. I still need to find out some stuff. I need to learn some stuff about going live. There's a lot of things to know. We're still novices at this thing. We're still new to the game. Right now, I do not know how to take a live caller. I have an idea, but it's not, I don't have it down completely. I still don't know how to integrate two microphones working at the same time. So there's some stuff that I need to know, and I'm going to get it down. And it's going to take a short time. I guarantee it. Also, we need to do some work to the set, upgrade the set a little bit. But like I said, I'm really excited about it. But since this is, the show, let's get down to it. Okay. And so what I want to start off with is Jill Stein. So over the weekend, the Green Party convention started on Thursday, I believe, and went over the weekend, and Jill Stein formally and officially accepted the Green Party nomination for President of the United States. Yes! Go Jill Stein. Jill 2016. I love it. And watching the convention too, it was something extraordinary, because it was just really interesting to see voices being heard, and it coming together real beautifully. There was even a time when a woman stood up and was trying to voice her displeasure with the process, because she said that there was some discrimination that had taken place throughout the primaries. This was a black woman. And they didn't shut her voice down. Now at the DNC, oh no. We know what they did there. They cut off lights, they put up white noise machines, and they put reserve signs on seats to pretty much so that Bernie supporters, the Bernie delegates, wouldn't be in the convention center when Hillary Clinton was speaking. So, but it was warming to see that they actually did hear this woman's grievances. And they said, well, look, this is what's going to happen. This is the process. We're going to talk about that right after, this is going on right here. So I love to see that. But Jill Stein, again, for president 2016, a lot of her increased support has been because of what the DNC, what the Hillary Clinton campaign, what the establishment media and establishment politicians did to the campaign of Bernie Sanders. We all knew it the whole time, and the DNC leak just proved exactly what we were talking about for months. So of course she's gotten a lot of support, and she's been saying that, this whole time. She said, look, when this whole thing goes awry, when they finally put the kibosh on Bernie Sanders' campaign, I'm going to be here. I'm plan B. So join my campaign. And she's still saying the same thing. She's still here. And I believe that's a very valid option that people have if they don't want to go with Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, probably the two worst presidential candidates the United States have ever had for president. So Jill Stein also, she selected her vice presidential nominee, who is Ajuma Baraka. And this is an activist. He's a writer. He's an educator. He's a scholar. He's internationally recognized as a human rights activist. So from everything I've heard, everything I've learned about him, this is a solid dude. He knows what he's talking about. He says the right things. He has an impeccable past. So I'm glad. I think he is very capable of doing the job at hand. If I can just offer just a slight, I don't even want to say a grievance, but I guess let's say what I did hope for. I had hoped that the VP pick would have been somebody with some type of name recognition. And Baraka, like I said, he's from all I can gather, this dude is a very capable person. He might be the best person for the job, but I had never heard of him. And that's just real. And I suspect a lot of people had never heard of him as well. So there's about 4 months left to go to the general election. So like I said, I was just hoping for somebody with some clout, with some name recognition nationally. And I don't think that Baraka has that. Not saying that he can't do the job. I'm like I said, I believe in the guy. I'm just saying, a person like Nina Turner, that would have been fabulous. But I understand why she wasn't on the ticket because, I believe what Jill Stein said. She said that, this wasn't a good time, a good fit right now because, Nina Turner still believes in saving the Democratic Party. So, that's disappointing to hear because Nina Turner is a powerful progressive voice. She's been very influential campaigning for Bernie Sanders. And to hear that she's still trying to save the Democratic Party is very disappointing to me because I say let the Democratic Party go. DemExit. Let's get up out of here. Okay? There has to come a point when we get tired of pushing the Democratic Party. Aren't you tired of trying to push somebody somewhere they don't want to go? These are grown folk. These are grown people. These aren't like little kids that you have to push them to make the right decisions. No, these are adults. These are grown people that are doing exactly what they want to do. It's not like we have to convince them what's best for the people. They know what's best for the people. They don't want to do it. They want to do what's best for them and their interests. That's why they don't represent us. That's why we need to stop pushing them and completely cut the cord, cut the string, and leave the Democratic Party. They don't represent us. So like I said, I'm disheartened to see that Nina Turner is still trying to save them. I know, Ben Jealous as well. He's converted. Now, I'm not saying Nina Turner is backing Hillary Clinton. I haven't heard that. And I still believe in her. But to hear, people like Ben Jealous and Sean King talking about, they'll bite the bullet and vote for Hillary Clinton. These are people that still believe in saving the Democratic Party, which I do not. And think about how the mainstream media is treating this situation. On CBS News, okay? CBS News senior political editor Steve Shigaris. Take a look at what he thinks about how this Bernie or bust or how the DNC leak, how it's going to affect the election.
Steve, let's ask the question that is probably on everybody's mind. Will all of this have any effect, or what will voters think of what's been going on in the DNC?
I think probably nothing other than Donald Trump is using this as an example to try to sway Sanders voters to suggest that the system is rigged. They're arguing that this is evidence that the DNC rigged, in their minds, the Democratic primaries for Hillary Clinton with their thumb on the scale and suggesting that they were pushing for Clinton all along. So really, other than the Trump folks really trying to use this as a wedge between Democratic voters and Hillary Clinton, there's probably not going to be a lot of lingering effect among the electorate.
So you heard him. Nothing. He thinks nothing is going to be done. There's going to be no effect other than the Trump campaign trying to sway these disaffected Bernie supporters who feel like the system has been rigged and Trump has been saying it has been rigged. So Trump is going to try to get that support. Nothing else. There will be no lingering effects in the election. No lingering effects. No lingering effects, huh? Well, again, we were in Philly. We saw effects. We saw a lot of people in Philly. And we see a lot of people on social media, too. It's nonsense. This is nonsense to believe that, Bernie supporters, they're just going to fall in line for Hillary Clinton because, obviously she's the better choice. Obviously she's better than Hillary. Obviously she's better than Donald Trump, right? So we have to just bite that bullet, okay? We didn't get what we wanted with Bernie Sanders, but hey, Hillary Clinton is the next best option, right? Is that how y'all feel out there? Is that how you feel? Because I don't. I don't at all. And like I said, we've talked to so many different people throughout the country and throughout the world even that cannot support Hillary Clinton. Another thing that is disappointing, though, is Bernie Sanders. Because just like we heard from this guy, Steve Shigaris, giving his opinion about, there's not going to be any lingering effects and that people will show up for Hillary Clinton. That's what he suggested. Bernie Sanders, in an interview with John Dickerson on Face the Nation on July 31st, we haven't gotten a chance to talk about this. He pretty much said the same thing, that he doesn't actually believe in Bernie or bust.
I hate to stick up for the media, but this isn't just a media creation. They were making a lot of noise during Hillary Clinton's speech. There are a lot of people who hear what you've said, and you're obviously going through the issues because these are people who got interested in your campaign because of the issues, and they're not buying it. So I wonder, Sarah Silverman said, the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous. So,
well, John, I don't agree with you when you're saying they are not buying it. We have over 13 million people who supported my candidacy. And I have no doubt that there are some of those people who will not vote for Hillary Clinton. But I would say that the vast majority of them, and I think as the campaign progresses and people take a hard look at the issues, who is better for the middle class, who's better for women, who's better for the environment, who's better for the LGBT community, I think more and more of those people will come on board Secretary Clinton's campaign.
Bernie Sanders. No, man. No. Sorry. You're absolutely wrong, Bernie Sanders. You could not be more wrong. He believes that he said that he doesn't believe that his supporters are not buying it. That he believes that, yeah, sure, of course that, some of his supporters will not back Hillary Clinton, but the vast majority will. Because who's better for the environment? I got an answer. Jill Stein. Who's better for the middle class? Jill Stein. Who's better for women? Oh, Jill Stein. Who's better for the LGBT community? That's a tough one. Hillary Clinton, that just recently, 2013, stated that she suddenly backed marriage equality. Or Jill Stein again. This is disgusting to hear. I know Bernie Sanders, he's another one of these people that wants to save the Democratic Party. It's just like, come on. We are not buying it. Like I said earlier, there comes a time when we say no mas. No mas. Enough is enough is enough. Because the one thing that Bernie Sanders' campaign showed us and opened a lot of eyes to is the corruption within our political system. You can't ask people to shut their eyes back and just say, okay, let me press the button. Where's Hillary Clinton? Just guide my hand, okay? Nah, people are not going to do that. I mean, no, I believe some people will, but people that actually want change, you don't get change by putting your hands up and being like, okay, I give up. You know, we came this far, we didn't win. Let's get back in the line. No. You keep making waves. You keep stirring the pot. You keep doing things that will make that change, that will make that revolution possible. You don't do it by voting for Hillary Clinton, because how is that going to change anything? She is the epitome of no change. She is the epitome of incremental, I'll give you this much and this much corruption. That's all she's going to do. We all know that. She has a record. This whole thing about her being better than Trump, like, where's the substance? Where's the proof? We're talking about words here. We're talking about Trump's horrible words. Like, I don't believe in his words. I don't support his candidacy. But, man, Hillary Clinton has done some awful things throughout her life. She's better for women? Ask Saudi Arabia that. She's better for... Really? Nah, we're not buying that. Look, the option here is Jill Stein. Okay? So, what we need to do is elevate the Green Party. Elevate Jill Stein. Elevate Baraka. We need to get them into the debate, because we need to see Jill Stein on that stage with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. It will be a complete annihilation. There's no there's no way they could be on the same stage and look better than Jill Stein, because what Jill Stein says is what we actually want and need to hear. So, like I said, if you can donate to her campaign, do it. Jill2016.com. Do it. Canvas for her. Pick up that phone. FaceBank. Twitter. Do all of that. Okay? Elevate the platform of Jill Stein and Baraka. Let's do it. Okay? For a moment, I do want to talk about the horrible, horrible Donald Trump. And I know nobody wants to hear it, because who wants to hear about Donald Trump? Who wants to hear about Donald Trump? Seriously. The media's gave him billions of dollars in coverage throughout his campaign because of every stupid and horrible thing that he said. But I want to take it in another direction. Lately, he's been just tripping over himself. He's, the incident where he was talking about the Khan family that spoke at the DNC at the convention. Talked about how the wife probably couldn't speak, because of the religion or whatever like that. He's going back and forth about that. He had this baby incident, this stupid incident where, he's kicking the baby out of his meeting, his rally or whatever. Also, the Purple Heart situation where he's talking about he just got a Purple Heart from one of his supporters, and he said, oh, hey, I always wanted a Purple Heart. This was much easier. Really? Who does that? You know who does that? Somebody that doesn't want to be president. That's who does that. Nobody is that stupid. Months ago, me and Mike surmised that, hey, Donald Trump, he's the last one in the race. He hadn't gotten the number yet to achieve the Republican nomination, but everybody else had dropped out. Cruz was out. Kasich was out. So it was just him. So of course he was going to be the nominee. So we thought, hey, He doesn't have to do stupid things anymore and try to rile up that part of his base. He doesn't have to get that racist vote, that discriminatory vote. He doesn't have to do that anymore. But he's still doing it. He's disrespecting veterans. Like, this is a guy that does not want to be president. So we have to ask ourselves, why? Why is he doing these things? Last year, this idea was proposed that he was a Clinton plant. And, everybody laughed it off. I laughed it off as well because it just seemed so ridiculous. But now we have to actually sit here and think about this. Like, this guy is not a dude that wants to be president. Nobody would say these type of things. He's not a stupid man. He may be somebody that offends people, yeah. But he has a team, right? He has a team of advisors. Nobody would do this if they truly wanted to get elected. They would do it if they did not want to get elected. They would do it if they wanted somebody else to get elected. I'm just saying this doesn't add up. So let me finish by talking about some incidents that have been brought to light in, the past few days concerning the police. So we saw the videotape of Paul O'Neill being murdered, in my estimation. This was an 18-year-old kid that was in a stolen vehicle. And right now I don't think we even know that he was driving, because there have been some accounts that he was actually the passenger in the vehicle. So we don't know if I can't attest that he was actually driving the vehicle, but he was in the vehicle. It was a stolen vehicle, and the Chicago police were pursuing that vehicle. So we've talked to a lot of people online, and the people that defend police at any and all cost, they say, well, look, he was using the vehicle as a deadly weapon. He tried to kill a cop. He targeted a cop. There's no telling how many other cops he would have killed, or how many children in the streets and stuff like that he would have killed. He's in a deadly weapon, so they had to treat it as such, and that's why they shot into the back of the vehicle. Let's play a clip of this incident.
Going towards 7-4.
Okay, got him, you got him.
You had a car, get an ambulance. You shot too? Huh? You shoot? Yeah. You?
And they shot at us too, right?
One. I shot at the car after it almost hit you.
Dude, I heard shots and I thought they shot at me. Just one?
We got one over here.
Oh, one take off, yeah.
There's only one running, right?
Somebody shot.
Hey, he shot back, right? Him and me.
Okay.
He almost hit him. Who was shooting in the alley? Was that him? I shot once, I think.
All right. So they say that he targeted the police officer, that he was trying to kill him. Now, it seems to me that the police officer got out of his vehicle pretty much as soon as the vehicle that Paul O'Neill was in was right there. They were trying to evade the police. Now, if they were being reckless, oh yeah, definitely they were being reckless. But was he trying to kill a cop, or was he just trying to get away? There was no reason to shoot into the back of the vehicle. And then afterwards, he's running away. The police chase him. Now we have video footage from a few different officers and a few different dashboard cams. But the one video we don't have is of the actual shooting. That's just a coincidence, though. That's what we should believe, right? It's just a coincidence. And the autopsy proved that he died from a shot to the back. That sounds like murder. That sounds like murder to me. That doesn't sound like effective policing to me. That sounds like murder. Now, we've heard people try to defend these cops as well, again, and say, oh, well, look, he was in somebody's backyard or something. So obviously he was trying to break into somebody's house, and then they had to stop him. So they shot him in the back. Wow. That's assuming a lot of facts, not in evidence. Facts. I have to say facts because there's nothing to even suggest this. Then the police officers on film, like, yeah, he was shooting, right? He was shooting, right? You saw the shots. You heard the shots, right? They were shooting at us, right? Well, I don't know how many shots I shot. One. I don't know. This is deplorable. This is absolutely disgusting. I don't know how many times I've said disgusting, but this is ridiculous. We have to stop this kind of nonsense, this kind of abusive behavior from our police departments, from our officers that are supposedly trying to conduct law and order, trying to make communities safer. Now, this isn't making them safer. This is killing people unnecessarily. Now, there's no doubt that this guy should have been apprehended. He's in a stolen vehicle. You're damn right. He should have been apprehended, and the justice should have been followed. He would have went to court, maybe he would have got a plea deal. Something should have happened to him, though. He should have been apprehended. But should he have been killed? Are we tasking our police officers to execute people now? They're in charge of the death penalty because we want to save a little money? Is that what it is? This is ridiculous. Anybody that sees this situation and somehow defends police officers, well, you have no interest in human life. All you are interested in is the shield and protecting that shield. It really is about blue lives matter to you and no other lives do matter. And another case. Earledreka White, 28-year-old woman from Houston. Now, this happened some months ago. This happened, when this happened? March 31st, but I believe the tape was just released recently. So this is a woman that was pulled over by a police officer, and she was told that she had crossed the double line. That's why he was pulling her over. And the video, she got out of the vehicle and she called 911 because she was like, look, I need to get another officer on the scene because this officer is being very abusive in his language. He just seems very threatening to me. So she wanted another officer on the scene. So as she's on the phone with 911 trying to get somebody else, she says that he's harassing her. She says that word. She says that he is harassing her, the officer that pulled her over. At that point, that's when the assault happens. He puts his hands on her. He takes out his cuffs and he puts his hands on her and he's trying to place her under arrest. Now she's resisting because, well, one, she doesn't understand why in the hell she's being arrested. Why in the hell would she be arrested? If she did cross a double line, is that a crime that warrants an arrest, or is that an offense that warrants a ticket and an appearance at traffic court? An arrest? White spent 2 days in jail on a misdemeanor charge of resisting arrest and was released on $1,000 bail. Did you hear that? She was charged with resisting arrest. Now this is really hard. Now I admit that this kind of boggles my brain. But how can one be placed under arrest for resisting arrest when one wasn't under arrest? Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. If I'm not under arrest, then how can I be resisting arrest? And then you charge me with resisting arrest? You don't charge me with anything else. I wasn't under arrest. This is crazy. What kind of world do we live in? You can't be charged with resisting arrest when you weren't under arrest. You have to first do something that warrants an arrest. And crossing a double line and calling 911 because you're being abusive in your language towards me, that doesn't warrant an arrest. But, of course, on May 13th, the police issued findings from its investigation and cleared Luca. This guy's name is Gentian Luca. He's a 3-year member of the force of the Metro Police Department in Houston. So they cleared Luca of all alleged violations. Oh, I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked. You mean an investigation conducted by the police? An investigation conducted by the police. Actually, they protected their own officer? Oh my gosh. This is why we need independent investigations. We're never going to get justice if the police take care of their own. That's like, oh, you know what? That brings up a situation. You remember when Hillary Clinton and her lawyers were tasked with going through her own private server to decide what was private and what was not, and just delete that crap and say, here you go, FBI. This is all the stuff you need. What kind of crap is that? Independent investigations is what we need. We don't need police taking care of their own anymore. The Metro Police Chief, Vera Bumpers. This is what the police chief said. I think he showed restraint and patience during the incident. I think he just really tried and allowed her to calm down. He waited while she was on the 911 call 3 minutes, I think, and that's a long time. So, okay, let's talk about that statement, okay? He's saying that, or this police chief is saying that Luca exercised patience and restraint because he allowed Earledreka White to be on the phone for 3 minutes. But when that 3 minutes was up and when she said the word harassed, well, it was time to place her under arrest. But for what? Why was it time to place her under arrest? Because I don't see anywhere where this police chief addressed that. Nope, I don't see where they addressed that at all. Why was she placed under arrest? Who was asking this question? Why was she placed under arrest? For crossing a double line? Is that why she was placed under arrest? Because I didn't see that and she wasn't booked on that. Why wasn't she booked on it then? Because if that was an arrestable offense, it would be on a record now, right? It would be one of the charges. Now, maybe later they want to be like, okay, we'll drop it. But it wasn't even one of the charges. The only charge is resisting arrest. But she had to do something first to resist arrest, right? Like there had to be an arrest. You know what? I'm just going circles. This is stupid. This is real dumb. Now she is suing, which I love. She filed a formal complaint with the Metro Police, alleging several counts of misconduct against Luca. So, man, I hope this charge is dropped because it hasn't been dropped yet. Even with the video, it hasn't been dropped. This is stupid. This is completely ridiculous. But I hope she gets actual justice. And I hope this guy loses his job. I hope the police chief loses his job backing up this Luca that had no business arresting her at all. This is ridiculous. But okay, that's it. That's it for this, this first show, live show, something like that, show of LTMB, Like I said, we're going to be doing a live show sometime soon, hopefully by the end of this month. What I need everybody to do is get out there and support Jill Stein. The Green Party needs everything that they need, all the support that they can possibly get. Okay, the hashtag, it's up to us. It is really up to us. Okay, the Green Party, their efforts, of course they're going to make some efforts to knock on doors, canvas, and phone bank and stuff like that. Of course they're going to do that. They're going to be on social media. I'm sure they'll have some ads and stuff like that. They really want to get their message across. And the one message that we absolutely need to drive into the minds of people is what Jill believes on student debt. She wants to wipe it out. just like we did for the crooks on Wall Street. Wipe out the debt, right? That's what she wants to do for the student population, the people with student debt. Wipe it out, kill it, execute it. We need it gone. We're doing a travesty to this young generation and other people too that have incurred this debt. People as old as me, because I have student debt as well. So we need to really put that idea, because nobody else is talking about that. Hillary Clinton now is talking about how she wants to make college free for people earning $125,000 or less. But I just don't believe that she's actually going to. I don't believe she's gonna follow through. I just don't believe anything I don't believe anything she actually says. I just don't. And if she does mean it, it's not gonna come. It's gonna come way too late. What I believe is Jill Stein's proposal is remarkable. So we need for people to understand that. I might have to put together a little video about that, because people really need to know that. And how many people have student debt? Like 43 million people in the country, something like that. People need to understand what Jill's platform is. So please donate to the campaign if you will. Face bank, phone bank, Canvas. Do all you can to lift up that campaign. Again, this is Will Gaylord with Let the Madness Begin. See y'all later.